Hi again. My name is Dr. Janice Hughes, and I'm so fortunate to know so many of you within this group. You know, Women Voices Matter is just such an incredible program. I want to first acknowledge you for being part of it. You know, this is a great place to learn. This is a great place to share. So one of the things I wanted to start, and probably the way I can talk a little bit more about me and the things I may be able to help you with, is by giving you a little bit of context about just where I am at this point. And the easiest for me is to put it into context of what I'm now calling my 5 pillars of success. This is something that has basically taken me a lifetime. You know, for some of you who have been coached or had been part of management companies or joined other groups, you know, sometimes I think, well, you know, we sort of start to say, well, when will I have had enough? Or don't I already know this? Well, personally, I've been coached for over 25 years. It's almost 30 years now. And one of the things that I realize that is so important is that we just get over this idea that we're supposed to have it all figured out. Coaches in my life help me implement the things that at some level I already know. So through 25, almost 30 years of being coached, running a practice, and then doing a lot with coaching chiropractors, and in the last number of years, basically being part of a startup, I've really recognized that the way I look at success is actually pretty unique and different. So based on that and some of these lessons, I wanted to share with you a little bit about what I call these 5 pillars. So let me start with pillar number 1. Pillar number 1 for me is completely foundational. It's basically what the other pillars all actually, you know, sort of build onto. But this is the pillar that you put your stake in the ground. And that pillar is about your own self-worth. And I don't say this lightly because I know it's easy to say, well, we've got to work on ourselves, we've got to grow ourselves. But who we are and how we feel about ourselves is that foundational. You know, it takes either work or introspection, or for me, it took a lot of years to start to figure out who I was and what really made me tick. Now, this is a really big topic area. It's not like I'm going to sit here on a little video and go into every single detail, but I wanted to give you a little bit of context. So, for example, the work that I've been doing lately in talking about money and money mindset actually fits into this self-worth foundational pillar. And part of that is that who we are and every day we get up and the thoughts we have about money, that literally either grows us or shrinks us. And I ask this a lot at seminars or in different management and leadership programs. I've said, you know, when was the last thought you had about money? And for most of us, it's some of the things we think about the moment we awake. It's as we purchase things. It's as we're giving money to our kids. It's just so insidious in everything we do. So a lot is taking a look at money and what we think about it. But it's about how we think about it and the things we say to ourselves. Also in this group is a little bit about our personal growth and development. You know, are we dealing with that little left brain, that monkey brain? You know, because if we leave it unchecked, a lot of us have really negative self-talk. That's impacting our self-worth. So there's things, and again, we can go into a lot of that, or I'm happy to talk to any of you about it. It's how we use the affirmations. It's how we do the work that we all know. It doesn't have to be really new, or it doesn't have to be sexy, but what are we doing with those affirmations? What are we telling ourselves every day? You know, how are we building ourselves up in strong and noble thought, basically? So within this group, in this first pillar category, there's also things like, in the past, I called it the 28 laws of chiropractic attractability. You know, attractability and how we bring and pull more things to us. You know, I call it the push versus pull model. That a lot of us are out there, you know, we get ourselves into state, or we go out there, and whether it's speaking or in the practice or within our family or within our community, we're trying to make it look like we know what the heck we're doing. But sometimes if we're not careful, it's like we're pushing or we're trying so hard. And the attraction, the concepts around attraction allow us to flip that model, and it allows us to pull more things to us. Also within this pillar, and why, I mean, you can just see, to me, there's so much content in it, but it's literally thinking about how to scale your business. You or your ability to either have associates and groom or train them, or to scale your business to bigger and bigger levels, that all actually is based on who you are and how you think about yourself. So over time, I'd like to work and maybe plant some seeds or even some exercises within this inner circle group about ways to be working on this category.